ver a esos gallitos matando a una cucaracha. Con 2 caramelitos, nene, se me empacha. Pa' decir la verdad no necesito estar borracha. Tu honestidad barata no me baja la bombacha. Esta muchacha es clara y concisa. Tengo de tu pizza relatiza.
Welcome back to another edition of the Castro Show. We started this one partying. You'll obviously, if you're a follower of the show, you'll recognize some of the characters. If not, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We were just partying a little bit to Natty Peluso, one of the best cuts off of her album. It came out last, I think it was 2020. And this is I don't even know how to pronounce the song. It's just bananas. It's just an amazing track with the beat. And so yeah, we're in a festive mood. This is the best of Castro Show edition. So we're going to be showing you what I believe to be the top as far as episodes that I've done. And so we're going to be counting them down. So you picked a good show to catch up to. So before we jump into the episodes, I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of the criteria. Top 10 shows. The criteria that I used is, whether it was easy to make, whether it was rewarding, fun, entertaining. Sit back and relax and enjoy what I determined to be the top 10 Castro Show episodes of the last year. So we start at number 10. At number 10 is the episode that I just dropped last month on the behind the scenes, right? Where I basically showed you what's behind the curtain, literally, green screen. I talked about, how to do the show and how I have basically come up with the concept and the materials. I mentioned that I do the show on the phone, which is why I've created the logo of On the Phone Production. By the way, I didn't create that. My boys, Alex actually created it. Christopher was sort of like being the editor of it. And filmed totally on my cell phone and edited on the phone. And then I went and showed you guys some of the equipment that I use to edit. In particular, I was using the Filmora app as well as the KeenMaster app, which is really what I use to edit the show. There's other apps that I utilize to do the show, but all of the apps that I've downloaded to use to edit the show have been free, the free platform, and I wanted to make sure you guys had it. This show also gave me an opportunity to show some old footage from like 2017, 2015, where I was with my kids, and just looking back at that footage and seeing how young they were, it was really cool. So I had a lot of fun with that show, the behind the scenes show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, obviously any of these shows, you can go back because they're still on the channel. At number 9 is the freestyle show, right? The freestyle episode. And, again, I kind of used the same criteria when it came to putting it at number 9. By the way, I really enjoyed all of the episodes. It was hard to sort of like rank them in order. But when I thought about how easy it was to make the behind the scenes episode, because it was pretty simple, it was kind of the same when it came to the freestyle episode. I had a lot of that footage already from the number of concerts that I have had the fortune of attending and filming these artists. It was just as fun to also reminisce about the chance encounters that I've had with some of these freestyle artists. I mentioned Sal Sabatello, which I think is often goes unrecognized in the genre of freestyle music. And there are many other individuals that help create that musical genre. But to be able to share with many of my friends, the importance of freestyle music to Latin American culture, namely within my cohort, right? My generation and many of the younger generations are still fans of that musical genre because it has such an appeal. So that freestyle episode at number 9. At number 8, another one of what I would say is probably one of the more popular episodes that I've uploaded, and that is the Entrepreneur Show. I wanted to do some episodes out in the community, but the show has some locations to film from. And as I posted one episode, and we're going to talk about that episode in a little bit, folks started to reach out to me and to say, hey, would you be interested in promoting this product or doing this? And I reached out to folks as well to see if they would be willing to be on the show, because I thought it made sense to promote individuals. And I said this from day one when I put out the initial word out that I was planning on doing a YouTube show. And so people started to really respond positively to wanting to be on. Back to our countdown, and number 7 is the fitness edition of the Castro Show. With my cousin Rafael, we went to his gym, met many of his customers, wonderful folks, working out, like really committed to it. And I also had an opportunity to see a routine exercise regimen that he was doing with folks on the screen, and they were all into it from their own homes. It was really something to see. So I continue to monitor a lot of the folks that I've had on the show. I keep checking out their, what they're doing, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram. My cousin Rafael is continuing to do a lot of these Zoom workouts. And so hopefully folks are keeping an eye on that. If you want to stay fit and kind of, get your workout on, you can do it through him. And of course, if you want to get into some of the other things, just, check out many of the folks that I've tried to promote through this platform. So, at number 6 is the Bridgeport show. Was really special to me because it was the first time I introduced my older sister Marisol and our family. And she's residing in Bridgeport, and so I wanted to start with her. And then of course we had my nephews Gilbert and Joselito, and they were in the episode, and they were helping us as we walked around our old stomping grounds, and we showed folks Bridgeport, Seaside Park, Beersley Park. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being on the show. I wanted to make sure, I'm always trying to get my family, represented, G the One Touch, from him all the way to as many folks in the family as I could get in on the show.
At number 5.
I wanted to just recognize the episode where I learned how to play the guitar. And the reason why I wanted to recognize that is because to me, as these episodes go, there are some elements that really are transformative. And I'm one that loves music. I'm all about the music. And I never learned how to play an instrument, right? And so my son had Alex teaching me how to play the guitar, knowing how talented all my boys are. And coming from a family who's pretty talented, my boys play instruments, right? Alex with the guitar, Christopher plays the piano, the ukulele, and then there's another one that he plays. I'm trying to remember the name of that particular instrument. It's a little wooden instrument. So to doing something until I learned how to play the guitar. So that guitar episode from the behind the scenes, that was a special episode for me. And I've gotten better. That was just last month, and already I've gotten even better. The more you play, the better you get, the more comfortable you are with the instrument. And so who knows, there might be something in the future. Look out for that. At number 5, which by the way, was maybe the main reason for my sort of jumping into this, putting together the kidney donor episode. And in the kidney donor episode, I actually included multiple I'm including multiple pieces of work that I did because I did in episode 2, it was on kidney donation because the month of March is Kidney Donation Awareness. And for those of you who are considering donating a kidney, I applaud you for that. I'm a kidney donor. My mother's a kidney donor. I know several individuals who are kidney donors. If you know someone who is in need of a kidney and you feel that you're healthy enough to donate one and you consult with your doctor, I say go for it because you could be saving a life. Just putting that out there. But anyway, there's a whole episode on kidney donation, and I did a huge segment. I did an interview with my mom and my sister, and it was a lot of fun, and it's actually to this day one of the most highest viewed of the episodes that I put out. So that's the kidney donation episode coming in at next episode. Coming in at number 4. Last year, 2021, I really went all in on a competition. It was the first time I've ever done a competition of this kind, and it was a men's physique competition. A friend and coworker of mine, he had been talking about men's physique, and I mean, I know about bodybuilding. You hear bodybuilding, but I didn't really know a lot about men's physique, and so he had given me some information on it, and I said, let me try that out. And I competed, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, especially as you get towards the end. By the way, this year I'm going to try again. I'm gonna do my best to compete once again. I'm working on it as we speak, and it was a great episode. My son was there taking some photos, and it was a really nice experience. And we'll see how I do this year of the Castro show. So I have to say, number 3 has to be the first episode, the very first Castro show episode, where there was a family situation that happened. I was needed to go to, I was originally going to go to Arizona, but plans had changed and I wound up in Oklahoma. And, if you watch the show, you'll know that there was a lot that happened, a lot that went down. By the way, I document so much of what happens in my life. I take pictures and film and stuff just for my own personal use. And so I had this available. There's a lot that you are doing and a lot that you are thinking about. Why don't you try to do a YouTube show or something? And I was, on this journey to Arizona. The original plan was to go to Arizona. I wound up going to Oklahoma because of circumstances. And so I've been filming that, and I was like, why not if I'm gonna do this, why not make that the very first episode? And I did, and it was fun to do. I was excited. I had that. As I was editing, and what do I use and what do I cut and how do I do this? A few of you guys reached out to me and gave me words of encouragement and really kind of inspired me to do it. I don't know if you thought I'd be doing it this long. And it's kind of amazing that it sort of kicked off a year where I was just like, doing things and doing what I normally do, right? Because I've been, filming things about my life and just so that I have them so that for posterity. And then here is a vehicle where you could do that and have it uploaded, and generations to come will be able to see that. We are down to the last 2. And I have to say that when it comes to the last 2 episodes, I gotta say my Puerto Rico episode has to be right there, right? So I don't think I can put into words just how important doing a show like this in Puerto Rico was for me. Not just the fact that, my brother, who was the main reason for me to kind of do this, was there with me, and we were able to have so much fun. The places we went to and the things that we did. He made it possible for me to interview his friends that were on the Carolina basketball team for Puerto Rican national basketball. That league. We happened to be at the court when Miss Carolina, who was going for the Puerto Rican Miss Universe contest, was there. Got an opportunity to interview her. Went to a Piratas, which are the Pirates of Quebradillas game. Interviewed a key player in their league, right? A player that's been on the Puerto Rican national team, and he gave me, almost 10 minutes. We're talking about the game he just finished playing, and I'm a sideline reporter. It was mind-boggling to have had that opportunity, and then of course we visited beaches. We went to the mountains in Puerto Rico and San Lorenzo, and as I normally do, but this time I'm filming it and sharing it with you all. My cousin Janet, my aunt Carmen, and my cousin Junior. It really was an awesome experience, and I'm always going to be able to look back on that moment. My mom in San Juan, Monica in San Juan, it was everything I had hoped and more, and I appreciated that. And for that, it's basically at the top of the... And so we've come to the number one episode / really moment. It's not so much an episode. I think we've kind of covered all the episodes that have been at the top. Can I get a final drum roll, please? All right. And the number one moment out of the time that I've been doing this show has to be going into a recording studio with my brother in Puerto Rico and actually recording the song Acaparando that we did. I know it sounds crazy, but having that opportunity to do that, just writing it in a matter of literally it took us, I was in Puerto Rico for 10 days and we didn't start writing it until day number 3. So it took, 3 days. And we started writing it, we were in the studio, we recorded it, and it was done, right? I flew back home, he was editing it with his friend. What an amazing experience that was. Someone who was just kind of like doing this as a hobby, because that's what this is. This has been a hobby of mine, that, at a time where COVID was ravaging the nation, if not the world, and I would, carve out a few hours on a weekend here and there to put something together and then just kind of upload it onto the into the cyberspace. To find myself recording a hip hop song, just two brothers. My brother, this is his genre. He knows how to do this, right? Here I am, someone who loves hip hop, and not only did we get an opportunity to record, he uploaded it to Tidal. I saw my name in Tidal as a composer. Acaparando is a song that's played there. It's on Spotify. You can't make that up. You know what I mean? You can't make that up. And so to go from where I come from to be able to do something like that, especially with my love of music, it was unreal. And so that's why doing that particular segment on that particular episode is the high mark for me individually. And so I appreciate my brother so much for that. It's just that to me that rounds out the top 10. So with that said, I want to thank you guys again for watching the show, and hopefully it's been entertaining for you guys to check out. This is not the last episode. I'm gonna do a baker's dozen, so there's one more coming. And with that said, as always, I want to thank you guys for watching the Castro Show. This is the second to last episode. Really, really appreciate you guys following. And I'll check you out on the very last Castro episode. Thanks for watching.
Well, it's the Gregory Castro. Yes, I'm the one with that YouTube show. I'm a nice guy, Nikki Glazer thinks so. With my bro making tracks at Balance Studios. Born and raised with that CT flow. Estamos aquí acaparando. Desde Quebradillas hasta San Lorenzo. Peace to Bridgeport y a Puerto Rico. I ball like Giannis, right like Nostradamus. Yo, this track is hot, don't be a doubter like Thomas. Esto de rap, ya le cogí el gustito. No te creas maestro y que tú te lo sabes todo. Can you dominate Spanglish como yo? Just like Biggie says, if you don't know, now you know. Like Obama and Biden, check out the duo. It's time for me to bounce, one touch, finish this, yo. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Aguanta esta peste. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Yo, check out, pick up. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Aguanta esta peste.
soy el remedio, soy la cura, soy la medicina. A estos adictos yo les voy a dar su vitamina. En estos versos hay mucho más que disciplina. De llegar hasta el flow no me vistes como John Cena. Flow Avenger, andamos con Tony Stark. Grabando en estudio una bestia musical. Somos el balance de tu estado mental. Tu sentido auditivo se va a un viaje astral. Can you feel me? Double G desde la infancia. Somos humildes pero andamos con elegancia. No toleramos la arrogancia. Y si es así, lo tratamos desde la distancia. Rimas legendarias como Tupac y Notorio. Somos dos piratas en busca de un gran tesoro. Navegando en ruta, como dice el coro. Próxima parada es el castillo del morro. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Aguántate esta peste. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste. Acaparando norte, sur, este y oeste.
Excuse me, sí, con el permiso. Llegó la hora de echarle más sazón a este guiso. Cocino lo criollo y me queda divino. Si eres asiático te lo hago chino.
Jordan y Kobe nos dicen los body. Y en la consola la magia de Tony. Uno es serio, el otro es funny. Rompiendo el pico, Bodigua y Bad Bunny.
Yeah, that was it. Don't forget the Castro show. The Castro show.
Yeah.